Hey family, Happy New Year. This is the first video of the new year that I'm making. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. This video really is probably gonna make me cry because I was crying when this happened to me. But this is just like one of those things that you almost like you can't even believe it, but it happened to you. So I'm gonna get right into it. A couple of days before New Year's Eve, I had just gotten off work and I was on my way to Walmart. Everybody know that Walmart is always packed, but on this particular day, Walmart was way more packed than usual. Like it was so many people in there. So as I'm riding up to try to find me a parking spot, I automatically get anxiety. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm not gonna be able to go in here. It's too many people in here. I'm gonna have to park way over there. So I talked myself out of going into Walmart. I said, you know what? I'm gonna just go 10, 20 minutes down the road, go to another store. So as I'm leaving Walmart, of course, around the holidays, I'm pretty sure every city witnesses this. It's a lot of homeless people out on the street, holding up signs, asking for money. And, it's just one of those things that happens around the holidays. But in my city, the go-to place I feel like is Walmart because everybody goes to Walmart. I've even raised money for my organization at Walmart holding up signs. So I know that's the place everybody go. So as I'm riding out of the parking lot, I pass this homeless man. I'm passing by this homeless man, and he has a whole bunch of little signs. He's just sitting like on the side, but he has like a whole bunch of little signs around him, and none of them are asking for money. They're saying like think Jesus, or some of them had Bible verses on it. Think positive, stay blessed. I know one of his songs said homeless but blessed. And I think that's kind of what got my attention to make me want to stop. And actually like the day before that night, I had went to Walmart and I seen those songs outside of Walmart, but I didn't see the man. So I was like, I wonder who left those songs there. So then the next day I see him sitting outside. Now, a little background about me. I I do give to homeless people. I kind of just play it by ear. I just kind of feel it in my spirit. If I feel in my spirit to give, I will. I won't even second guess it. If I don't, I won't. But this particular day, I got excited. I don't know why. I was just like, oh, I got $2. I got some ones. I'm gonna give him these ones. And so as I pulled up to him and wrote my window down, I said, hey, this ain't much, but I hope it helps some type of way. And he said, oh, thank you so much. Like, it was only $2, y'all. And he was like so grateful for them $2. And he was just like, thank you so much. I really appreciate you even stopping and give me some money. And I was like, no problem. I said, I hate that you even having to go through this right now, but I pray that it'll work out for you. And he said, oh, we're just going to work out. God already told me it was going to work out. So that right there took me for, a surprise, because I was like, you know what? God is going to work it out for you. So I'm like, you're right, and I just hope, everything that you need, you can get. He's like, oh, I already done got everything I need. And he just started talking to me about the things that God has been blessing him with. He was like, yeah, this man just came by a day or so ago and gave me money to get my phone turned on. And I was like, really? He was like, yeah. And I was like, well, that's good. He was like, yeah, and this lady brought me a sandwich. And I was just saying how hungry I was. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. I'm glad everything's going good for you. And he was like, yeah, he said, he got to talking about why he was in Rome. He said, yeah, I'm from Nashville, Tennessee originally. And I said, well, what are you doing way down here? Because I'm in Georgia and I'm in a little small town. And so he was like saying how, and this is going to teach everybody how easily it is to have it all and lose it all so quickly. He was saying that he had a really good job, and his boss had moved to Ecuador or just out of the country. So he lost his job, which in turn made him lose his apartment. He said he was paying $2,000 for rent, which isn't unbelievable because, I mean, Nashville is a fast-paced city. So I couldn't pretty much believe you was paying that amount of money for an apartment. Because, I mean, a couple of my friends pay over $1,000 for apartments where I'm at. So I believe that. And he said, you know, the lady who raised me, which was his aunt, like, she passed away. So he came down here to Georgia with his cousin. But he said his cousin started acting some type of way and blah, blah, blah. So that's why he was on the street. And I said, well, have you checked into any men's homeless shelters or anything? And he was like, well, I just got robbed a couple of days ago from one of them shelters. So I don't do shelters. I'd rather take my chances on the street. And I was like, wow, you know, I said, this is a lot. I said, you're going through a lot. And I said, I'm going to pray for you. I said, what's your name? And he told me his name. And he said, hey, you want to add me on Facebook? Now, I didn't even think twice about it. And I'm I'm really like personal and I'm private. So I didn't even give it a second thought. I was like, yeah, add me on Facebook. So we exchanged Facebook pages. And so I'm thinking I'm finna pull off. And he said, you know what? Pull to the side. I got something to tell you. So I pulled to the side and I let my window down. And we just talking, y'all. We just talking about all kind of stuff. And in the middle of him, like, talking about some of the things he had going on in his life, he stops mid-sentence, like stops. And he said, God got something big planned for you. So I'm like, yeah, you know, I know. God done kind of told me here and there. He said, nah, this is real big. And I was like, really? You know? He said, he was like, I don't even know what made me say that. He said, it's something on me that's making me tell you this. He said, God got something big for you. And he said, the devil, the enemy, is going to be throwing salt in the game on you. Regarding you, the enemy is going to be upset. And I was like, for real? Like, are you serious? He was like, I'm so serious. He said, but whatever God got planned for you is so big that the enemy can't even touch it. And I was like, wow, you know, at this point in time, I'm getting emotional. And I'm going to try not to cry on this video, but I can't make no promises because I'm so sensitive. But he was just like, yeah, like, I don't know. He said, dang, did I just prophesize over you? And I was like, I think you did. I think you just really confirmed something for me that me and God had a conversation about that don't nobody know this but me and God. So I don't even know how you know this. And how I know that God placed that on his heart to tell me this is because he used a specific word that I had to look up myself when God was talking to me because I didn't even know what the word meant. The word was multifaceted, okay? And when God gave me that word, I was interpreting a dream for someone, and I was like, I don't even know what this word means. So I had to look up the word, right? He said, it's a multifaceted thing that God has for you. And I said, pause. I said, don't say no more. I told him, I said, don't say nothing else. I'm boohoo crying, snotty nose, eyes just, I'm ugly crying right now because I'm like, whoa, God, you really just showed out again. So he said, yeah, it's a lot with you. And I said, thank you for that. You know, I just had to tell him thank you because, for one, me just coming across him, just being able to say, you know what, I'm not going in Walmart. I'm just going to go this way, go out of here, go to another store, and running into him and just us sparking the conversation. And then him, you know, asking me to pull to the side and we just talking and boom, he tells me that. Like, I know it wasn't nobody but God. And when I looked up that word, a couple of days prior to meeting him, it was saying that, it gave the example of a diamond and how a diamond is cut to have multifaceted angles so that the light can reflect better on it. So The word multifaceted means many aspects, sides, or faces. This can apply to jewels or other physical objects like the eyes of a dragonfly. Okay, and he gave me a lot of ideas. God always coming to me when I'm in my most relaxed state. Maybe when I'm about to doze off and go to sleep, or if I'm just not about to wake up, or if like I'm home alone, if I'm in a car by myself and the music off. That's when I hear God the loudest. Okay, so I realize that what God is saying to me is that a multifaceted person has many abilities or a personality with many sides to it. When God has been talking to me, he told me, you're going to make people laugh. You're going to make people laugh. That's going to be one of the things you do. And I was like, I make people laugh anyway. So what are you trying to say? He was like, no, it's going to be bigger than what you think. So I'm like, oh, Lord, I'm getting scared. I'm like, why you always picking me to do this stuff? Like, that's how I be asking God, like, you always got your hand on me. Like, you know I'm nervous, you know I'm shy, all that, but he don't be caring. He just be putting me up to stuff. And he just kind of gave me a lot of little ideas about where my life is going to go. He kind of dropped like little gems and say, you know, you're going to do this. I know you don't believe it, but this is what you're going to be doing. And sometimes I be like, I can't even believe you telling me this. Like, I just really can't be, because I be thinking to myself, ain't no way I'm going to be doing that. Like, you really going to have me doing that? Like, look at me now and who I am now. And you telling me you're going to put me way over here to do that? And it be so shocking sometimes, because it be stuff that is very much out of my comfort zone. It's very much something different than what I'm used to. It's something that's way more exposing. Like, I'm real low key, and he's telling me that I'm going to be somebody who everybody knows. I don't know why, but that's what he's saying. So I believe him. I do believe him, because he ain't never lied. He ain't never gonna lie. And so I know I know whatever he got planned for me is gonna happen anyway. I know that God told me I'm gonna be losing friends. I think that what kind of makes me sad. I'm not gonna cry, but that's what made me sad, because out of all my friends and people that I associate with, I'm very close to them. You know, we've been friends for a long time, so I can't imagine losing them. But I know that's what he says is gonna happen. So I have to get prepared for it. And I'm kind of not prepared for that, but God's working on me. So I'm a work in progress, obviously. But I had to just like take a moment to like make that man stop talking, because I had got so overwhelmed with what he was saying, because not only did I know it was true, but it was just a simple fact that I had even ran into him for him to tell me that. Like, God really was guiding my footsteps that day. You know what I'm saying? God knows my triggers. He knows what makes me anxious. So he knew I wasn't going to want to go in Walmart with all those people in there. He knew the path I was going to take, the road I was going to drive, you know, the directions I was going to go in. It was fate. It was God's fate that I ran into that man that day. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I sat out there in my car and talked to that man probably like 30 minutes. And I ain't never done that. I usually give a couple bucks and, you know, stay blessed. I'm praying for you and go on about my business. But for us to even have that conversation, like, I know it wasn't nobody but God. Then he stopped mid-sentence to tell me something that nobody else would know. Nobody else would know just a specific word like that. Like, I was mind blown. And it's just like, sometimes I be thinking like, God, you really be showing out, like you be surprising me, even though I know I shouldn't be surprised because of the things that God has already done in my life. Like, I shouldn't even be surprised at the level he could take stuff to. But I still be surprised when it just happens the way it happens. And what tripped me out even more is that when I got home, I was in my kitchen, and lo and behold, I see this little plaque, and it has a little angel on it. And I'm going to read the verse that it says on here. It says, "Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares." And that's Hebrews chapter 13, verse 2. What is, like, what look is that I would have this sitting in my kitchen waiting on me that day when a stranger prophesies over me to tell me something that only I knew, use a specific word that only I knew. I mean, I'm just mind blown. This happened a few days ago, and I'm still like, and guys, if you just take the time out to just pause and listen, God gonna tell you everything that you need to know. And the things that God been telling me, like, I'm nervous. I ain't gonna lie. I'm nervous because, like I said, it's out of my comfort zone. It's something that I'm not used to. It's gonna push me to a level that I've never been to before. I'm not gonna be surrounded by everybody that I want to be surrounded by. You know what I'm saying? It's scary to me. All of that, all of that. But I'm gonna trust in Him, because if you can guide my footsteps in a day to where I'm meeting somebody that I would have never met had I went the other way, had I went in Walmart, maybe had I exit out. It's different ways to get out of Walmart. If I would have went around that way and got out, like, if you can guide my footsteps on a daily basis, I know my life is guarded. I know I'm protected. I know that no matter what the enemy tries, he will be defeated, because God has a calling over me, and God has a calling over you. And sometimes, like I say, you just have to stop, take time, and just listen. Go to God about everything. Which me, whenever I have a new idea, whenever I feel like something I want to do that I might enjoy doing, I ask God, like, am I supposed to be spending my time on this? Am I supposed to be spending my time on this? I remember one time I was making some hair bows for my daughter. And I had bought all the little supplies, and I was like really good at it. Like, I gotta show y'all some of these bows that I actually set and made. And I remember not even going to God about making these bows. I just started making them. And I remember watching a documentary or like a video or something on YouTube about a prophet that was, just prophesizing over people. And she said, this is for somebody who's spending their time doing something. You might enjoy doing it, but God said, don't waste your time on that. You don't got time for that. And I was like, I'm making my bows. I'm like, girl, hold on. Is you talking to me? Like, I felt some type of way, because I was like, God didn't even really have to do all that. He really ain't even have to show out like that. So I packed them little bows up and I put them to the side. And I said, you know what, God, tell me what you need me to do. And He started showing me YouTube, my face on YouTube, and me speaking on YouTube. Long and behold, I was supposed to start a YouTube channel. And I end up doing that. And I don't dedicate as much time as I want to it, which I very much need to do better with that. But God showed me that. And I was like, YouTube? Like, I don't want to make no YouTube channel, but what am I doing on YouTube? So if I was to tell God all the stuff I didn't want to do, I'd probably be nowhere right now. Like, literally nowhere. Because, like, all the stuff He's telling me that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to do it. I'm learning to not even argue with Him or tell Him how I feel about what He's telling me to do. Because I feel like I'll be talking back, because I'm like, you want me to do that? I don't want to do that. I'm scared to do that. Like, I don't even want to say that, because I know I'm going to have to do it anyway. So, but what I want to say is, first of all, just take the time to listen. Go to God about everything. You never know the plans He has for you until you sit back and don't do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what got me distracted. I was making bows. Here I am thinking I'm finna be selling bows by the seashore. I don't know. I just was doing something, wasting my time, and, wasn't even on track. And so, take your time, listen to God before you make any major decisions. Go to God about it, because He's going to confirm it. He confirmed that that conversation that we had privately in my prayer room about something that didn't, like, nobody else would know. Like, I don't know. That's just like, I'm still in shock. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm still in shock. I still can't believe it. But it's real. He's real. And he's always gonna make himself known. And, if you ever in a spirit of being discouraged or being afraid, ask God to remove that, because that ain't nothing but the enemy throwing salt in the game on your name. That's it. I feel like a lot of my fear comes from the enemy trying to scare me into something, scare me away from what God has planned, because it's going to be multifaceted. It's going to be big. It's going to be, something that I can't even imagine right now. Like, God give me little bits and pieces. He feeds me little trinkets. And even then, I'm like, whoa, so, just stay prayed up. I hope this message helps someone who's, on the verge of running from whatever they think they can't have. God got a plan for you. Just like he got a plan for me and has told me and confirmed that for me. Ask God to confirm his plans for you. I guarantee you'll be mind blown. I guarantee you he gonna make himself known in your life, that to the fact that you can't deny it. It was him. I can't deny me running across a homeless guy, talking to a homeless man who ain't never seen me a day in his life, to tell me something that ain't no way he should have known. And he even was like, whoa, I can't even believe I just said that. Like, I don't know why. What made me say that? God just put that on my heart to tell you that. You know what I'm saying? He's like, dang, did I just prophesy over you? I said, I believe you did, sir. I believe you just did. I said, you confirmed a lot for me. And ain't no telling what else he would have said. I made him stop. I was already like boo-hoo crying. I said, once he said that multifaceted word, I was like, enough. Don't say nothing else. I don't need to know no more. I already know. I already know you know what you're talking about, sir. You've proved your point. So, just be aware that God is, in the blessing business. He's guiding our footsteps to where we need to go. We're covered. We are protected. And, being afraid, that is a normal emotion. But don't let it prosper. Don't let that take over you, because being afraid to go where you've never gone before will keep you in the same spot. And then eventually time will pass and you're going to be in the same spot. Ask God to bless you with the spirit of courage and fearlessness, so that you can go to places that you need to be. And everybody know that if you talking about God and if you working for Jesus, you're going to be hated on the most. You're going to be hated on the most, period. Like, they nobody want to hear that. They want to hear about what they want to do, the things that make them smile. You know what I'm saying? They want to hear, like, fun stuff. They don't want to hear about, oh, you better walk this way or you're going to be looking crazy when God come back. That's scary to them to have to think about eternity. You know what I'm saying? Because it's scary to me sometimes. So I hope this message reaches whoever it needs to reach in time. Don't be afraid. Be courageous. Be fearless. And I've noticed that the past couple of my videos has been about being courageous. This is the time to let that fear go. Let anxiety go. Let, discouraging thoughts go. You don't have time for that. You have to step into what you got to do. You got to do it. You just got to do it. It's time to do it. The time is now. The time is now. And you got it. God got you. Ain't nothing to be afraid of. It's people God gonna send your way to help you get to where you gotta go. It's God gonna remove some people that may be trying to hold you back. Like, it's part of the plan. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the plan. And, we all gotta go through some things. We all gotta do some things we don't want to do, that we may be afraid to do. But this is the time. The time is now. If you wait until tomorrow, it may be too late. It may be too late. God literally, this happened to me probably like 3 or 4 days ago. I could not rest until I sat and made this video and put my heart into this video. God said, get that out there. Let the world know who I am. Let the world know what I can do. And let the world know what I'm everywhere. I'm guiding your footsteps, and that, you know what I'm saying? Because I was just saying, like, I want God to make sure I know what I'm talking about before I share a message. I don't want to be on here misleading people. That's my worst fear. So this is definitely a message of guidance. Guide these people to where I want them to be. You know what I'm saying? I done confirmed to you in a way that, you know, you knew it was me. So get on here and tell the world about me. And so this is what I'm doing. This is what I need to do. And I hope that it helps somebody. I hope that y'all can benefit from this. I hope that y'all can share this message to somebody who may need it. If you don't need it, if you're already fearless and already courageous, pass this to your little cousin that's afraid to step out on faith. Pass this to your mama who is so content with how life is going. She ain't trying to change. Pass this to your best friend who, you know, still with that man who need to move on. The time is now. Let him go. He's dead weight. Let's go. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, comment, and subscribe. Stay blessed. I love all y'all. And I'll see y'all next time.